Let's talk about the voice again. I mean, we know what happened with the result, but Labor, it appears, Caleb, is just going to push ahead with local and regional voices, and they've set aside $20 million in May's budget for that. Now, I know Victoria's a long way down the track already on treaty, truth-telling and this idea that there'll be a local voice. Looks like Queensland's going to follow suit. Not so sure about New South Wales. Is this really the way to go, given that 60% of Australians said, well, we're not quite sure about this voice thing?
Well, I thought we were told by the Prime Minister that if the referendum didn't get up, we wouldn't have a voice to Parliament. Now, they will claim that, these are local and regional voices, so it's entirely different to this overarching national body we were going to have. But the crux of the matter is exactly the same. It's just a smaller version of the voice that you're going to do in multiple forms all over the country. It's exactly the same thing you're doing, just lots of them this time around. So it's still going to cost us money. It's still going to be doing things that Linda Burney, the Indigenous Affairs Minister, ought to be doing herself. And Burney has essentially, if you read the story in The Australian today where they broke this story exclusively, Burney essentially says, I need these voices in order to be able to do my job. Well, if you're the Indigenous Affairs Minister and you can't take the time to get across issues of Indigenous affairs without having 101 advisory bodies set up around the country, perhaps you ought to pack it in, because you're obviously not much of a minister. It's the minister's job to be across those issues, but the minister in this case, Ms Burney, seems to want to farm out all of her work, working out what's going on out in the communities, to other people. I mean, get in a car or get on a plane. Go and spend some time in the APY lands. Go and spend some time in the middle of the Northern Territory and see it for yourself, instead of expecting other people to come and tell you what's going on and how to do your job.
Yeah, I thought she had a real shocker during the referendum. I don't think that she did a very good job at all, which, Amanda, I was very surprised today to read one tip that Linda Burney apparently has been sounded out to become the next Governor-General of Australia, replacing David Hurley. Surely that can't be right.
Well, it's a little concerning that, for starters, we've wasted $400 million in a referendum and now they're going to do something else, which they probably should have just done all along if they wanted to reach out. But look, when it comes to politics, it's all about deals, right? And everyone knows that. And I have a suspicion that the deal was that if you lead the Yes campaign, then we'll give you this role. And because it didn't get up, and they all assumed it would, especially with the Labor government, and she probably said, well, you promised me this and I want it. And look, the reality is so many people get positions in government, in politics, that are or are not qualified, and it's all got to do with factions and deals and backroom deals, and it's the part of politics I really do not like.